Okay, example 66.3 and 4 are going to be square roots of big numbers. The word says simplify. We're not looking for approximations here. We're looking for the square root like we just did in the last two problems, where we take out as much as we can, leaving in non-pairs. Okay, the thing with this is there's a bunch of zeros at the end of it. Okay, multiplying by 10, so let's just consider this. 50,000 is 5 times 10 times 10 times 10. Okay, the number of zeros represents how many tens are being multiplied if I were to factor this thing completely. And 10 is not a prime number, is it? No. No. All right. But keep in mind the rule that we're using here. If I get a pair of numbers inside, I'm allowed to pull one outside. That's still legal. We can still do that. All right. A second pair of numbers inside, I can pull one outside. Pulling out more than one, I can pull out two tens. All right. So if I did break it down to 5 times 2 times 5 times 2 times 5 times 2 times 5 times 2 times 5, down to all the way to prime numbers, I'm going to get a bunch of 2s, a bunch of 5s. I'm still going to pair up two pairs of 2s, 2 pairs of 5s. I'm going to get a 10 and a 10 out. So it's easier just to go down to this level, and we're going to even go easier than that in a second. 10 times 10 is 100 outside, square root of 5. Right. That works 100% of the time. All right. Let me make it even simpler. Because I'm all about making things as simple as I can for you guys. It's my goal in life to make things simple for you guys. All right. Anytime you have a number that ends in a bunch of zeros, every pair of zeros represents 10. Right? That pair of zeros represents, actually every pair of zeros represents 100, square root which is 10. And there's the second pair of zeros, right? All right. So if you pair up all your zeros like that, and then what you do is you put a 1 outside, followed by every pair you have. So one pair of zeros, a second pair of zeros, and then whatever didn't get circled stays in. So all that cancels out, the 5 stays in, there's your answer. That works all the time too. So it's always 1 followed by how many zeros are paired up. All right? And that's how you handle that. Either way works, you get the same answer either way. If it's an odd number of zeros, then one of the zeros stays with the 5, then you'd have 50, then you got to break the 50. Now I think it might happen on the next problem. But if it were an odd number of zeros, so Amber's question is, what if this was, instead of 50,000, it's 500,000? So there's an extra 0 here, right? Mm-hmm. So that pair of zeros got me a 0, that pair of zeros got me a 0. I still have 50 inside. And then 50 I got to break down 5 times 10, 5 times 5 times 2, and then you can pull a 5 out. So then do the normal way. So once you get this inside number down to a reasonable size, then you can do that the way we did it before. Do a factor tree, find your pairs, and you're ready to go.